Fourier transform. So what is basically Fourier transform? Fourier transform provides a frequency domain description of time domain signal. So we have a time domain signal and we are doing transformation. So we are converting time domain signal to the frequency domain signal. So that is nothing but the Fourier transform. So time domain signal is converted into frequency domain with the help of Fourier transform. Okay. Then the definition of Fourier transform. So consider we have one continuous time signal x of t. Then the Fourier transform is given by x of omega equal to, this omega is the Fourier transform variable. Here omega is the Fourier transform variable. So x of omega equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e raised to minus j omega t dt. So it is similar to the Laplace transform. In case of Laplace transform, we have here e raised to minus st. Okay, if we can do the comparative study also, then we know that our s is nothing but sigma plus j omega. Laplace variable s is nothing but sigma plus j omega. So when sigma equal to 0, s equal to j omega. So when sigma equal to 0, Laplace transform becomes Fourier transform. If I talk about the history, earlier Fourier transform was invented. After that, we have some limitations of Fourier transform. To overcome that limitations, we have Laplace transform. So whenever sigma is 0, that attenuation is 0, then s simply becomes j omega, and in that case your Laplace transform equal to Fourier transform. Now for Fourier transform, I will be using the notation ft. Ft means it is a Fourier transform. Lt means it is a Laplace transform. Okay, so the definition is similar. Here we have s. Now s is replaced by j omega. And that becomes the definition of Fourier transform. Then one more thing, we are writing Laplace by x of s. But here we know that s is replaced by j omega. We have a Laplace transform equal to Fourier transform. But while in the notation, we will be representing like this: x omega only, not j omega, simply x of omega. In some reference book, you may find x of this j omega. So it is also the notation that is depend on the author, how they have represented. Okay, but I feel it convenient to represent x of omega, so I will be using this notation. Fourier transform is represented by x of omega. Then in some reference book, you may see like that: x, j, ohm symbol. So omega they are writing by ohm symbol. So that is also one notation, but I will not follow this notation. Even if you see in the reference book, so you have to understand that these are just the notations. So I will be using x of omega notation. So definition is simple to remember. If you remember the definition of Laplace transform, so simply s is replaced by j omega here. So that becomes the definition of Fourier transform. Okay, next, inverse Fourier transform. So inverse Fourier transform is given by x of t equal to 1 upon 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity x of omega e raised to, here you can see the difference. There we have minus j omega t, but here we have j omega t d omega. Okay, this is the inverse Fourier transform definition. So we will start with what is basically for which signals Fourier transform exists. So Fourier transform exists only for the stable signals. Now you will ask the question, what do you mean by stable signal? Okay, in short, I will tell you the signals, when we are increasing the time, the signals which are bounded, that means which are not becoming infinite. So as you can see, this type of signal. So as we are increasing time, this signal is also increasing with the time. So at infinity, the value of the signal will also be infinity. So this is an unstable signal. So when my input is bounded, output is also bounded. That type of signal is called a stable signal. Or you can say that the signals which are always increasing in nature are called as unstable signal. And signal which decays with the time, or which are stable, or which are means that value is finite. So that signal is nothing but the stable signal. Okay, one more example, like exponential signal. If we have increasing exponential, so it is always increasing with the time. So it is also the unstable signal. So, but Fourier transform exists only for the stable signals. The signals which are stable in nature, for that signals only we have Fourier transform. That means this integration minus infinity to infinity mod x of t dt should be less than infinity. If this integration is finite, then only we can have Fourier transform. So this is the limitation of Fourier transform, that it does not exist for the unstable signal. Okay. So let us start with this question. So find Fourier transform of e raised to minus at for t greater than equal to 0. Okay, please in the chat box tell me the Laplace of e raised to minus at. Tell me the Laplace of e raised to minus at. Anyone? What is Laplace transform of e raised to minus at? 1 upon s plus a. Okay, and Fourier is nothing but s is nothing but j omega. In Fourier domain, s is nothing but j omega. So this is nothing but a plus j omega. So the answer for the Fourier transform of e raised to minus at is a plus j omega. But we will use the definition and we will try to solve it. We will use the definition and we will try to solve it. Yes, 1 upon a plus j omega will be our answer. Okay, use the definition. So x of omega equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e raised to minus j omega t dt. Okay, x of t is nothing but e raised to minus at. So substitute here. And our signal condition they have given t greater than equal to 0. So upper limit will be infinity, lower limit will be 0. So 0 to infinity will be the integration limits, because the signal is defined for t greater than equal to 0. Because in the question signal is defined for t greater than equal to 0. Then what we are doing with these two exponential? We are combining these two exponential. So combine these two exponential. By using that relation. E raised to minus a, e raised to minus b is nothing but e raised to a minus a minus b. So combine two exponential into one exponential. After that, as the limit is infinity, you should take minus sign common from the exponential. So take minus sign common. After that, integrate it. So integration e raised to ax dx is e raised to ax upon a. Integration e raised to minus ax dx is e raised to minus x upon minus a. So use basic integration formula. So e raised to minus of a plus j omega t as integration e raised to minus a plus j omega t divided by minus a plus j omega. Now we have integrated with respect to dt. So in place of t, substitute this upper limit and lower limit. So this becomes, in place of t put infinity, upper limit substitution. Then in place of t put lower limit, t value as 0. E raised to minus infinity value is 0. So 0 minus 1 upon minus of a plus j omega. So our answer is minus minus cancel, 1 upon a plus j omega. 1 upon a plus j omega is the answer. Okay. Now I would like to talk about the exponential signal more. So see here, when I say that e raised to minus at for t greater than equal to 0, so the shape of the signal will be, or in general I will just plot the e raised to minus at signal. E raised to minus at is a decreasing exponential signal. The shape of the signal is like this. The shape of the signal is like this. It will not touch to 0. Its value will be 0.00000000 like that. So this is the graph of e raised to minus at. Then when I put the condition that e raised to minus at for t greater than equal to 0, x-axis is time, this is 0, origin. Okay, so when I say that e raised to minus at for t greater than equal to 0, the shape of the signal is like this. Okay, and as you can see that it is a stable signal. This is nothing but stable signal. If you try to calculate e raised to minus at without any condition, then its Fourier transform does not exist. E raised to minus at without any condition, that means this signal, अगर आप ये सिग्नल का Fourier transform फाइंड आउट करने की कोशिश करेंगे तो वो Fourier transform एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता, does not exist. But if you put some condition that t greater than equal to 0, then its Fourier transform exists. Just like this, e raised to minus 80 for t greater than equal to 0 is the condition. Then the graph of the signal is like this, and as you can see that when we are increasing the time, it is decreasing in nature. It is a finite value. So for such signal, Fourier transform exists. Okay. Now next exponential signal can be e raised to at. Our next exponential signal is e raised to at. It is a increasing exponential. पहला वाला क्या था? Decreasing exponential. ये क्या था? Decreasing exponential था. This is a decreasing exponential. Now this is a increasing exponential. E raised to at is a increasing exponential. So its graph is like this. Its graph is like this. Okay. Now if I take the Fourier transform of e raised to at without any condition, then Fourier transform does not exist because it is an unstable signal. Does not exist. Okay, so I need to put the condition. So I will be putting the condition like, so where it is stable in this region. It is stable in this portion. It is stable in this portion. It is stable in this portion. I hope you are getting. इस पोर्शन में वो फाइनाइट वैल्यू दे रहा है. जब t इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी रहेगा वो क्या हो रहा है? इंक्रीज होते जा रहा है. इंक्रीजिंग एक्सपोनेंशियल है. e रेज टू 80 इज इंक्रीजिंग एक्सपोनेंशियल. ओके, सो फॉर e रेज टू 80 वी हैव टू यूज दिस कंडीशन. वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द Fourier like this. So we need to use the condition that for e raised to 80 we need to use the condition t less than equal to 0. Then only the Fourier transform will exist. Once again I will repeat, Fourier transform exists for stable signal. Now stable signal, in short, the signal which are finite are called as stable signals. The value of the signal is finite are called as stable signal. Then we have two types of exponential. One is decreasing exponential, another one is increasing exponential. Decreasing exponential means e raised to minus 80. Increasing exponential means e raised to 80. Okay, then e raised to minus 80 we calculate for t greater than equal to 0. In that duration it is stable. And e raised to minus 80 for t greater than equal to 0 it is a stable. And about increasing exponential for t less than 0 it is stable. यहाँ पे ये स्टेबल है. ठीक है, तो ये कंडीशंस हम एक्सपोनेंशियल सिग्नल्स के लिए यूज करते हैं. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट इज नथिंग बट find Fourier transform of e raised to 80 for t less than equal to 0. Next question is find Fourier transform of e raised to 80 for t less than equal to 0. So here less than is written. So upper limit is defined as 0. We need to define lower limit. For t less than 0 means lower limit will be minus infinity. Whenever you write t greater than 4, so the lower limit will be 0, upper limit will be infinity. Whenever you write t less than 4, so lower limit will be 4 and upper limit will be 4 and lower limit will be minus infinity. जब आप t greater than 2 लिखते हैं तो लोअर लिमिट हो गई 2, अपर लिमिट हो गई इंफिनिटी. 2 से लेके कहां तक जाएगा वो? 2 से बड़ा होना चाहिए. सो 2 मिनिमम हो गया और 2 से बड़ा होना चाहिए मतलब हो जाएगा इंफिनिटी तक. जब आप लिखते हैं t लेस देन 2 तो इसका मतलब हो गया वो मैक्सिमम कितना रहेगा? 2 रहेगा और मिनिमम कितना रहेगा? माइनस इंफिनिटी. सो लाइक दिस वी हैव टू यूज दिस कंडीशन इन दिस प्रॉब्लम. So first of all I have written the definition. Now I am supposed to find out the Fourier of this. So I will substitute here and I will change the conditions. t less than equal to 0. So 0 होना चाहिए वो और 0 से कम होना चाहिए. तो कम कितना होगा वो? माइनस इंफिनिटी तक. So integration limits will be minus infinity to 0. Integration limits will be minus infinity to 0. Now, whenever one of the limit is minus infinity, you should not take minus sign common from the exponential. This care you have to take. Whenever limit is minus infinity, you should not take minus sign common from the integration. Exponential. You should not take minus sign common from the exponential. Okay. So I can combine these two exponentials. So I have combined. Then after that, I can take t common. So I have taken t common. And you can see here one important point that I have not taken minus sign common. कोई ऐसा नहीं लिखेगा इसको. Integration minus infinity to 0 e raised to power minus common लेके j omega minus a. If you write it like this, then your answer will be infinity, which is incorrect. Okay. So whenever one of the limit is infinity, take minus sign common from exponential. When one of the limit is minus infinity, don't take minus sign common. Okay. So after this, solve this integration. Solve this integration. So e raised to a minus j omega t divided by a minus j omega. That will be its integration. Limits are 0 and minus infinity. So in place of t, put 0 first. In place of t, put minus infinity. And you will get the answer as 1 upon a minus j omega. Because e raised to minus infinity has value 0 and e raised to 0 value is 1. E raised to 0 has value 1, e raised to minus infinity value is 0. So your answer is 1 upon a minus j omega. Okay. So the answer is 1 upon a minus j omega. If it is clear, reply in chat box with P. If this question is clear, reply in chat box with P. I would like to give the stress on exponential signal. There are two types of exponential. One is increasing exponential, another is decreasing exponential. If we talk about complete exponential, increasing or decreasing, these are unstable signals. अगर हम पूरा की पूरा exponential signal देखेंगे तो वो क्या है? Unstable signal है. But if you put some conditions in exponential, then it is a stable signal. Then it becomes a stable signal. Next question is, find Fourier transform of e raised to minus a mod t. Find Fourier transform of e raised to minus a mod t. So I know that mod t can be written as t when my t is greater than or equal to 0, and it can be written as minus t when my t is less than or equal to 0. Okay. So what will be e raised to minus a mod t? Here it is not simply mod t. Here we have e raised to minus a mod t, right? So e raised to minus a mod t can be written as e raised to minus a mod t is nothing but t. So mod t is nothing but t here for t greater than or equal to 0, and mod t is nothing but minus t for t less than or equal to 0. Then minus a into minus t becomes plus at. Okay. So e raised to minus a mod t, I have expanded like this. I have divided into two parts. One is e raised to minus at when my t is greater than or equal to 0, and another one is e raised to at when my t is less than or equal to 0. So this is how we have expanded this mod function, and we have to find out its Fourier transform. Okay, so we know the definition: minus infinity to infinity x of t e raised to minus j omega t dt. Okay. Now this integration is minus infinity to infinity. So this can be split into two integration, like one is minus infinity to 0 and another is 0 to infinity. So split the integration. One is 0 to infinity, another one is minus infinity to 0, because our signal is divided into two intervals. One is t greater than or equal to 0, another interval is t less than or equal to 0. Okay. So for between 0 to infinity, that means t greater than or equal to 0, t greater than or equal to 0, what is x of t? E raised to minus at. So substitute here e raised to minus at. When t is less than or equal to 0, That means minus infinity to 0, it is nothing but e raised to at. See here, for t less than equal to 0, it is nothing but e raised to at. So substitute here. Okay, then combine these two exponential. Combine these two exponential. Combine these two exponential. Here you should take, yeah, okay, yes, 1 upon a plus j omega plus 1 upon a minus j omega. Here you should take minus sign common because limit is infinity. Here you should not take minus sign common because limit is minus infinity. Okay, so here I have taken minus sign common, here I have not taken minus sign common. Then solve this integration. E raised to minus a plus j omega t as integration, e raised to minus a plus j omega t upon minus of a plus j omega, limits 0 to infinity, e raised to a minus j omega t as integration, e raised to a minus j omega t upon a minus j omega, limits minus infinity to 0. Substitute upper limit, lower limit. We have integrated with respect to dt, so in place of t put infinity, in place of t put 0, in place of t put 0, in place of t put minus infinity, upper limit minus lower limit. So you will get 1 upon a plus j omega plus 1 upon a minus j omega. Then cross multiply, e raised to infinity, sorry, here it will be minus infinity, e raised to minus infinity value is 0 and e raised to 0 is 1. So just cross multiply, so a minus j omega plus a plus j omega divided by a plus j omega, a minus j omega. So j omega cancel. So a plus a 2a, and this is nothing but a plus b, a minus b is nothing but a square plus b square, a square minus b square, a square minus b square. So a square minus j omega square, and your j square is nothing but minus 1. J square has value minus 1. So your answer is 2a upon a square plus omega square.